Last May, we shared information about the suspicious death of 22-year-old Keanan Crane, who was discovered deceased on Sunday, May 15th, 2022, near Morley, Alberta. At the time of the discovery, the identification of the victim was unknown. However, investigators later confirmed it to be Keanan, who had been reported missing about a month earlier. Keanan was last seen in the northeast community of Whitehorn on Monday, April 11th, 2022, at approximately 10 p.m. His family reported him missing on Monday, April 25th, 2022. Investigators believe Keanan was killed in Calgary between April 11th and 12th, 2022, and then transported outside of Calgary, where his remains were later discovered. We've been working tirelessly to bring Keanan's family and friends answers to many questions that they have. We are once again asking for the public's assistance to help us solve this case. We know that there are people out there that know something, and they could give us information that we need to hold those that are responsible accountable. We are asking for anyone who saw Keanan between Sunday, April 10th, 2022, and Tuesday, April 12th, 2022, or may have any information about this incident, no matter how minor it may seem, to report it to the police. Thank you for those that have reached out to us thus far, and to the community for trusting us to investigate such an important case. Braden Kane, the brother of Keanan, is here to share a bit about Keanan.
Hello guys, my name is Braden Crane. I'm the older brother of Keanan Crane. I was the one that reported him missing, and I was, I think, the last one to see him alive, maybe. I just really wanted to share a story of my brother Keanan. He was a very loving guy. I have this one fond memory of him. He had this little dog, a little Chihuahua. It was his dog. And they were out camping, and they had no food, and all they had left was salted peanuts. He would lick the salt off the peanuts just so he can feed it to his dog. And that just showed me he loved so much. He loves everybody, anybody in his life that was close to him. He loved them. And that just showed to me that he really loved people that were close to him. And I just don't know who would want to do this to him, and why would they want to do this to him. If anybody can come up with any information whatsoever, like any kind of information, even if it's just small, that would be really appreciated, because we've been asking a lot for a long time, and no one's been getting back to us. I just really appreciate if anybody can give us any kind of information that can lead to my brother's killer. That'd be really appreciated.
Braden, can I ask you a question? I'm Terry with CBC. I know your family has been asking for help from the police since this happened. Police obviously now are making this public appeal. I mean, it might be a little uncomfortable for you in this moment, but how do you feel about the reaction and the response from police in the community on your brother?
It was kind of half and half. I didn't like it. At the same time, I did like the officer that reached out to me and always tried to keep me updated. I felt like they weren't doing the best, but they ended up reaching out to me and telling me that they were doing their work the whole time, and that they might have a lead or two, maybe. But we're still asking for information to confirm everything. Yeah.
How is your family doing at this time?
My family, we're really broken at the moment. We're not sure how to really go about this. I'm the only one that's really being public about it. The rest of my family don't want to even talk about it really at the moment.
I thank you for doing this, by the way.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Maybe for police?
Sure.
Thanks, Braden. I think just to elaborate a little bit on the statement, as far as the investigation itself goes, you said right off the top of, really wanting to ensure the family that they are doing enough. To hear Braden say family wasn't exactly happy with the response at the beginning. I mean, can you elaborate a little bit on that relationship with the family when it comes to this case?
I can say speak generally, as not to pick out any specifics. But generally, whenever incidents like this happen, it's difficult for all families. It's difficult for the police. It's difficult for the families. Nobody wants to hear what we have to say, and that's accepted. So generally, we play the long game, and we expect relationships to get better over time. What's also frustrating, I'm sure, is the little amount of information we can share. And sometimes we have very little information, period, which is even tougher to share. So, and some of that information we have to keep close to our chest as it protects the investigation. So while it helps the investigation, it doesn't help the family. We do our best, and we definitely try to share what we can when we can to help alleviate some of the family's concerns.
There have been other cases in the past, regardless of the Indigenous background, but with a case like Colton Crochet, that was a really almost a cold case that was solved. I mean, there is, I hate using the word hope, but there is some, not to lose. What's your message to the family, just knowing that cases have been solved in the past? This isn't a lost cause.
I work in the cold case unit, and I can say that we never give up. Sometimes we always look for that little piece to come forward, and that's exactly what we're looking for, is that little piece to push us. And we have a lot of cold cases in the city of Calgary. If you focus at one, you really succeed at none. So we have to take a look at cases individually, and we progress them as we can. I am glad that we're here today asking for help, and I do hope that that piece comes from the public forward that'll push this case, advance it.
I was just going to say, why? I mean, it's an obvious question, but why do this public appeal today for more information? Is there maybe I don't know, watch too much TV, but is there just somebody out there that was at a party that just there's a belief that there's somebody out there that knows something?
I believe you do probably watch too much TV.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. The bigger point is that sometimes it's a matter of where the investigation is at. And sometimes we cast a net, if you would, over a large scale of data. And it takes time. It takes a lot of time to go through that data to get to the point where we're comfortable with where we want to go from there, or the fact that we're really stumped. We don't like to admit that when we get stumped. So, in this particular case, we've gathered a lot of data. It took a lot of time to actually get to this point, and we felt it was an appropriate time to step forward.
Are you able to expand at all on Keanan's whereabouts? I know you mentioned that he was seen, in the northwest of Calgary last.
Northeast.
Northeast, sorry. But are you able to expand? Like, say someone was watching this on TV or reading the paper and was thinking, I may have seen him, but I'm not sure. Are you able to expand on whereabouts he was or what he was doing before he was missing?
Well, at this particular point, no. It is in the community of Whitehorn, and last seen at approximately 10 p.m. Truthfully, anybody who saw him on the evening in Whitehorn or beyond 10 p.m., we'd be interested in hearing from them. There are photos that will be available through the media relations unit.